Hey y'all, it's me again, Valerie. And welcome back to my yarn room. Yay! Alright, y'all see this beautiful pattern right here? I showed this in a previous video. This, I think it's upside down. Yeah. This is the Tunisian knit stitch. And it looks just like knit. You got your up and down rows of your V's, just like knit. Okay, I was conflicted on what I was going to do today for a video. But my cousin TT convinced me that I did a good job on my other Tunisian tutorial. So I figured, okay, if I did an okay job on that one on teaching, I'll do this one. Alright, but before we get started, I would like to invite anyone who has not already to hit that word subscribe. When you do, give the videos a thumbs up. Share them if you can to other social medias. And leave me a comment. Yeah, I in the middle of my thought, I lost it. Oh, goodness. Also, before we get started, I was talking to my daughter. And she was saying that she can't do the Tunisian stitches, not even a swatch of them, because she doesn't have Tunisian hooks. And I was telling her that you don't need Tunisian hooks to do a swatch. Just to practice, to get to know the stitch. And she's like, you don't? And I said, no, I explained that in my video. She said, did you show that you don't need Tunisian hooks to do it? I'm like, well, no, I didn't. So today's tutorial will be Tunisian with a simple plastic crochet hook. No, it's not even resin. It's plastic. I got a set of these hooks many years ago. They're Susan Bates. See, they're inline. They do not have sizes marked on them at all. It was like 5 of them in a package for like $3 years ago. And I figured, oh, that's a good deal. That's crochet hooks. Anyway, this is the hook that we'll be using today to do this Tunisian stitch, because it is not a Tunisian hook. The reason why I chose this is because it's white. The yarn I have chosen is Line Brand Mandala Ombre. And the color, I believe it's Mantra. Alright, so we're going to put a slip knot on our hook. And this stitch is done almost exactly like the simple stitch. Okay, we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And just like the simple stitch, we're going to go into the second bump from the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now, unlike regular crochet, the first loop right there counts as a stitch. Then we're going to go into the next bump and pull up a loop. And we're going to go into the next bump and pull up a loop. And that's what we're going to do the entire way down the work. Now, don't let it get too tight on you, because if it does, you're going to have a hard time going through them stitches. So, continue going into each bump and drawing up a loop and holding the loop on your hook. It should come back to about right here, somewhere, I don't know. It'll come back on your hook. But you don't need a Tunisian hook to do this, just a swatch. Alright, and I'll meet you back after we get a loop in that last bump on the back. Okay, I'm back. Now, for this swatch, I chained 10. That means you should have 10 loops on your hook when you get done putting a loop from every back bump. Okay. Now, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through 1. Then we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And we're going to do that all the way down the line. Like I said, it's a lot like the simple stitch. This next row, this right here, and the next row are the repeats. Okay, we have 1 loop on the hook. So, these vertical lines right here, that's what we're going to be working in. This counts as a stitch, so we don't go into these vertical lines. We go to the next set of vertical lines, and we're going to take our hook, and we're going to go in between them. We're going to draw up a loop. Then we're going to go into the next set of vertical lines. We're going to go in between them and draw up a loop. And the next set of vertical lines, we're going to go in between them and draw up a loop. And again in the next set, and draw up a loop. All the way down the line. And like I said, don't make it tight. And you can see your V's already forming because you're going in between them 2 vertical lines, drawing up a loop. It's spreading them out. And that's what creates your V's for your knit stitch. I like to explain why you put your yarn and your stitch where you do. Okay, got it now. Last set of vertical lines. Okay, now, if you did it right, and you're following exactly with me, or whatever, however many chains you did to start is how many loops you'll have. Now, we still got to go in the V here on the side, so we should have 9 loops right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you turn it to the side and you can see your V-stitch right there. So, you go into both loops of that V-stitch and you draw up a loop. And then you yarn over and you pull through one. Then you yarn over and you pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two. All the way down the line until you have one stitch remaining. My plastic crochet hook don't like to slide, so if y'all hear squeaking, that's what that is. I apologize. And you can see right there that your V's are starting to form. So when you go and you do it again, you'll have another set of V's. Hold on just a second. Let me get some. I do not have a darning needle in here. But I have a really teeny tiny antique crochet hook. I love this hook. Okay. So, before I do another stitch, let me show you with this little bitty hook. Okay. You can see that's the vertical lines I'm talking about right there. So, instead of going behind them, you're going through them to the other side. And that's splitting them, turning them into a V. Let me set this hook down. And what it's doing, okay, you see how you got holes right there? Okay, when you go in and you draw up a loop, this part right here, it's turning it down to where it fills in the gaps. I'm very loosely holding my yarn, so that's why I keep dropping my yarn. Because you do not want this to get tight. If it does, you're not going to be able to go in your stitches. And it's going to curl, oh my goodness, so bad. Okay, we did our last in between our vertical lines. And then you go over here to the side and you see your V. So you go behind both of them and pull up another loop. And then, like always, yarn over, go through one. Yarn over, go through two. Yarn over, go through two. Yarn over, go through two. And yarn over, go through two. And go through two. And two more. Nope, not three. I almost went through three. But you can see the V's. Alright, now, binding this one off. When I did it before, I bind it off. Well, that's actually a knit term. Uh, casting off, binding off, that's actually a knit term. When I did this before, when I did my swatch, I went under the first vertical, pulled up a loop, and did a slip stitch. The exact same way that I did when I did the simple stitch. But I figured out a new way. What you do is, you go in between them, just like you did another row. You pull up a loop. If I can keep my loop on my hook. And you slip stitch that. Go in between them. Draw up a loop. And slip stitch that. That binds off. And gives you another row of V's. I'm out of focus. Yeah, go in between the two vertical lines. I split my yarn. Last vertical lines. Okay, and then turn it to the side. And you can see that V right there. So you go behind both of them. Draw up a loop. Slip stitch. Chain one. And tie it up. And that is all it is to that stitch. And when you do that, you have beautiful, beautiful work. And we have V's going along the top. We did 3 rows. So technically we did 2. But our bind off was an actual row too. So we have 3 V's on the side. We have our V's on the bottom. And we have our V's on the side. Okay. And that's how you do the knit stitch in Tunisian crochet. That's going to be all for today. And I will meet you back here in the next one for another grand adventure. Right here in Val's Yarn Room. Alright. I love each and every single one of y'all to pieces. Do something nice for somebody. Even if it's just a smile. And I guess that's going to be all. So, y'all get your crochet on. Try these swatches. You do not need a Tunisian hook to do them. And I'll see you when I see you. Probably tomorrow, because tomorrow will be Val's Picks. Let me know about the, if you want me to skip the Val's Picks next week. Not tomorrow, but next week. Or if you want me to do it on that Monday. Not trying to rush y'all. But, if you want me to do it on that Monday, I will. And then y'all can just catch up when you can. Alright. Bye, y'all.